Hey friends, do you ever feel like as soon as you get everything clean and organized, it all explodes into a mess again? Well, that's exactly what happened to me after getting a new desk. And let me tell you, the chaos is real. But before that, I've got a cozy kitchen clean and a fun DIY to share. So stick around for all the ups and downs and a little kitten chaos too. This portion of the video is slightly sped up to save some time. I have been working every night to get the basics done before I go to bed. Dishes, counters, stove, floor, and the living room picked up and vacuumed. It makes morning so much easier, getting up, being able to have coffee, and start my day with a fresh mind and being able to figure out what needs to be done throughout the day. The one thing I'm behind on, though, is laundry. It always seems to be behind. So that's what I will be working on today. So the next video that you can look out for is probably some major laundry motivation. I know that I've asked this before, but we have lots of new community members. So what is the chore or the household task that you struggle with the most? Leave your answer in the comments below. This is my first time using this. It's called Quick Shine, and I bought this at Hannaford on discount for $2 and some change. And I wish I had bought more of it because it works so good to shine up your sink and your counters and glass and the stovetop and stainless steel. It is just super, super good stuff. So if you ever come across this, grab yourself a bottle because I think you would really, really enjoy it. Is it just me that really gets a kick out of trying new cleaning products, or do you enjoy it too? I still to this day need to caulk my sink back in. After I pulled up all the contact paper, I had uncaulked it so that I could get the contact paper up. So I think I'm going to actually do that today after I wash my dishes so that it has time to dry. Since we've moved in here, I have moved my kitchen around and changed things a ton. If you go back to some of my videos from the beginning, you will see that even back then I was moving things around and rearranging them and trying to figure things out. We've been here for 5 years, and I think just now how I have the kitchen set up is actually, for me, perfect. It's been a long time coming, but I actually really enjoy coming in here to clean and knowing where things go and having them within easy reach. We have a community member that's going to be going in for foot surgery soon, and if you would, just keep her in your thoughts and prayers. And yes, you are seeing correct. It is 1:57 a.m. in the morning and I am up cleaning. We are all a bunch of night owls. Back when my husband was working, we had to be up by 4 a.m. so we went to bed very early, but with him out of work, we just sort of go with the flow. So this is how I'm leaving my kitchen tonight. All cleaned up, with the exception that I will be working on putting away laundry tomorrow, as well as doing laundry tomorrow. And so for now, good night, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. Today, I'm going to make I believe they call it a windsock for the bottom of my door, or a draft stopper. I quickly measured my fabric, meaning I held it up to where I needed it to go, and this is how long it needs to be. So I'm just going to make a quick cut before I let go. And I'm actually going to hand sew today, not because I have to, because I obviously have machines, but because I want to. And I obviously do not want it to be quite this thick, so I'm going to cut just a little bit of the fabric off. I'll figure out how thin I need it, remember my seam allowance, and that's all you really have to do. There's nothing fancy to do here. You can fill these with things like deer corn, rice. I'm going to actually fill mine with wood pellets because it's what I have on hand. You can also fill these with play sand, anything with a little bit of weight and density to it so that it blocks the air from coming inside. And I paid at Walmart for this remnant piece of fabric 89 cents. and it was half a yard. I saved 60 cents, and you can't tell on here, but it's a flannel. You don't have to use flannel. You can use any kind of fabric you want. You can reuse old towels. I've, in years past, just rolled towels up and put elastic bands around them to hold them into that rolled up shape, and then you don't even have to stuff them. These do work good, though, for stopping drafts from coming into your house. Now, I live in an old house, so there are a lot of drafts, and like you guys know, we didn't replace the door. Winter is coming. I don't want to mess with a door during when it's cold, so, and we didn't have the money to replace it right away, and it really doesn't have to be replaced. We bought some felt stuff to put in between the cracks of the door, and that has helped massively, and we were actually able to get that clearance, so it was a good buy and an easy way to fix the drafts. I just stapled it along the door frame and we were good to go. So, but along the bottom, it's always a little bit more drafty because it doesn't exactly seal tight to the door. So that's what we're fixing today. I have to put my glasses on. I'm blind as a bat up close. Is this even sharp? It's not even sharp feeling. Not sure what that's for. This other one. Okay. Trying to get a needle with a big eye so that I can see to thread it easier. Because nobody wants to sit here and watch me thread a needle for 20 minutes. Oh, this is just as bad. Ah. And if you have problems like me threading needles, you can always run them through like a little bit of wax to stick in thread. I just didn't want to go through my whole entire sewing stuff to find it. This is just a quick little project that told my hubby I was going to do. He is actually out. You ready for this? He is out with two of my boys getting me a new, to me, big wooden teacher's desk. It's nice duty. No, Lolo! And plenty of room, hopefully, for my computer and all that. Lucky, stop. So hopefully, I will. Oh, this needle's terrible. Hopefully, it'll help alleviate even more of the cluttered look in my office. This is not going to work. Hopefully, I'll be able to get rid of some of my excess furniture and in there. And it has big drawers in it, so that's really nice. And it's making a mess here. Worse than if I just used the best needle to begin with. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to get rid of the string because I don't want the cat getting it. I'm going to get a different needle and rethread again, so I didn't save any time. I don't know what the deal with this particular needle is, but this and the other like it are both dull. The kitten, Max, is currently running around like a nut, and he's trying to knock my tripod over. It's a good thing I switched to a new tripod because I'm pretty sure he would have had that thing just swinging all around. Max, what are you doing, buddy? He has finally reached 2 pounds, so he can now have flea meds. And for those of you with cats, please do not use hearts on your cats or sergeants. They are proven to be very, very bad, if not deadly for animals. So do not use it on your cats or dogs. You're not saving anything by doing that. You're actually causing more harm. For kittens that are under 2 pounds, we've been giving him a bath with Dawn. Let me tell you, he's done a few numbers on me, but at least he wasn't covered in fleas. So, because when we got him, he had quite some amount of fleas. So today, he's getting his flea meds, and he will be good to go. And now I can start sewing. I got my needle threaded. I could have saved a lot of time by just, doing it the right way with the needle that was sharper, but no, I had to see if I could make it harder for myself. And we are just going to sew this side and down this side. We are going to pour the pellets in, and then we are going to sew the other end up. Some years I make these, some years I don't. By the end of winter, it'll probably be pretty dirty, and it will be tossed. And I do realize that it may get wet, and that is perfectly okay, because with the pellets, they will just fall apart inside, and they will expand, and it'll actually make it denser and allow even less air to go through if it gets wet. So it's fine if it gets wet. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just wood. And I'll dry it in front of the pellet stove if need be or whatever. So I'm not worried about it getting wet. I'm just looking to stop the air from leaking under the doors. So for what little bit I'll use in pellets to fill these, because I'm going to make 4 actually. Because one of them I'm going to put up in my bathroom window, because it leaks a little bit of air as well. Old home living. Eventually, windows will need to be replaced in here. So for now, we are just fine. Yeah, eventually they'll need to be replaced. I have one in the kitchen it's going to probably need to be replaced this summer, which will be nice because I will buy windows that have screens in them, because none of these windows have screens. Kitten, what are you doing? How many of you hand sew? How many of you have a machine and still sometimes hand sew? I like doing it. It reminds me of when I was about 8 years old when I started sewing Barbie doll clothes for my dolls, which they probably were looking pretty ghetto, but that's okay. I grew up being poor, and creativity was where, I was able to have things that I created and brought that stuff into my play. Hi, how are you? How are you? You good boy today? Yeah? Are you coming up to see what I'm doing? Or are you helping me? Oh, I'm sure you are. You're full of vinegar today, aren't you? Just do not harass the doggy. Don't bother him. He's an old boy. He's tired. There you go. Don't harass Lulu either. She doesn't like it. She doesn't want to play, honey. Oh, you won't come up. Is that doggy kitty scaring you, huh? Yeah. Oh, he's getting Mama's toes. He is. He's getting my toes. He's a baby, though. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the rules yet, does he? No. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to care about him either. Watch out, baby. Mama's going to needle. I see your tongue. You gonna lay down with Lucky? Huh? You gonna lay down? Good girl. Good girl, pretty pie. Oh my goodness. Did that kitty give you fleas? All my animals are gonna need to be retreated. Use Revolution on them now because it treats a lot more than just fleas. Oh, you got your toy, Max? How many of you are going to try yesterday's pumpkin bread recipe? I have to tell you, it is gone. Both loaves. I gave some to my son and my little granddaughter Tala to bring home with them yesterday. I printed Tala out her Grammy coloring pages from the Mrs. G and Family book, and I felt so sad because she asked where she was in it, and I said, well, Grammy's making another book for November, and you'll be in that one. You're already in it. I said, but you gotta wait till November to see it. And she said, okay, and she was happy to know that she was gonna be in it. But I felt so bad when she asked where she was. I actually love to color. I do a lot of adult coloring books, but I don't even mind the kids' ones either. They're just easier on my eyes, to be honest with you. Go in and get my eyes tested. I had an appointment and I missed it. Gotta re-thread my needle here. If I can find my thread. Yeah, I missed my eye appointment. My son went into his, and he needed glasses. They found that he had a stigmatism, which I suspect I also have, and my other son Tyler has that. I think it runs pretty strongly in our family. You can't see, but behind me, well, behind you, in front of me, I have my TV set to Christmas scenes that play through, and I have the sound turned off because of the copyright issue with music. So it's snowing on the screen. It looks looking pretty. Yeah. I will tell you though, I am glad the kitten can get flea meds now because my hands can't take too much more of bathing his crazy little butt. So I don't blame him for being upset, but yeesh, my hands can't take much more of that. And I really don't like to bathe animals that much because it's not good for their skin. But neither are fleas, so. Lulu's decided to take a nap now that the kitten has realized she does indeed not want to play. She's been rather unimpressed with her because he cuffed her on the nose the other night, and none of the cats have ever done that to her, so she was a little taken back by that. And she's jealous because Daddy's been playing with the kitten, and Daddy is also very much her person, so. When I'm done sewing this up, I'm just actually going to go and grab like a soda bottle or something and cut it so that I can make a funnel, pour these in. Otherwise, it would be a nightmare trying to get them in here. almost done. From here, I'm going to speed this video up, and we will get to the part where we're filling up the draft stopper. That's what we're going to call it. And I will show you how it covers everything, and then we're going to do some cleaning. A few places here in the house that need to be cleaned. So let's speed this up and move this along, and I will be back to talk to you in just a few minutes. And we have that end sewn. We're just going to turn it inside right. We're essentially creating just a long tube with two closed ends. But you want the bottom part open for now, the other side open for now, so that you can pour your stuff in to kind of stuff it. I didn't cut any of the salvage edges off much or at all, really, because it's a simple fact that if it's in there, it's helping to stuff it. So, and I'm just going to point my corners out just a little bit here. Not that it really matters, but just for the sake of doing it, I guess. And I just did quick and easy seams, just enough to keep the pellets inside. I'm not going to iron. This is not like one of those type of projects. And I am going to quickly go cut myself a bottle in half, and so that I can put pellets in it and just kind of pour them into the sock to make it easier. So we'll be right back. Maybe this only happens to me. My house was all put together. And now, currently, I am sitting in front of the biggest mess because the hubby got me this beautiful executive desk. It's old, it's antique, it is beautiful, it is huge. But in order to get it in here, I had to pull the entire room apart, and I'm just now starting to get it back together. It was heavy, and it took a lot of tug and pull to get it in here, but it's in and it's where it belongs. But now I have to get all this back together. The hubby's gone to Walmart to do a pickup, and I need to get back to work. But we'll get back to our project here shortly. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye-bye. So, I am back. I got everything mostly organized. I've got my drop locker turned inside right, and I've got my pellets, and I made a funnel out of a Powerade bottle or Gatorade bottle, whatever you have around, because it's got a wider opening. I figured if I used the soda bottle, that the problem would be that the pellets would get caught up. They still might a little bit, but what I'm going to do is just scoop them out and let them fall into the crop locker. So, what we're gonna do. flip this down just a little bit. We are going to fill it up. They're still getting hot. You know, might actually be easier to just do it by hand. And it is. I'm just scooping handfuls out and letting them fall into the bag. It folds the bag down more than getting in my way. Go. I made the bag plenty wide enough so that I can kind of just drop them in. Last night our temperatures got down into the mid 20s. So we are heading right into winter, but on Halloween it's going to be like, I think they changed it. It's going to be a little bit colder than what they originally thought, and it's going to be raining. It's going to be in the mid 50s, which isn't 70, but it's still warmer than it should be here for this time of year. I don't think I'm going to completely fill this because I want to be able to kind of mold it into the door so that it stays up on the ridge where it's going to need to be. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit, see if it has enough in it. Because I want it to be thick enough to stop the draft, but I don't want it to be so thick that it won't stay where I need it to go. Most people aren't going to have to deal with this, but my door has to step up to get out, so it's about an inch and a half long. More.
Hi, buddy. What you doing? Hi, you coming up? There you are. You didn't make it. Come on, you can do it. Come on. You coming? Come on, buddy. Were you taking a nap? Yeah? Oh, that's so good. You were taking a nap. The baby's sleeping.
You're not going to act silly now, are you? Oh, you are. There you are.
Hi.
Okay.
What are you doing? Go kiss. Hi. Oh, tiny boy. You wondering where Bella is, huh? Your play friend?
Now I'm just going to bring this end, I'm going to fold it inward. Try not to knock the kitten off my lap. And I'm going to get my needle and thread, and we're going to sew this closed, and we're going to put it on the door. Watch out, baby. There you go. Good job. Take these down a little bit. They would make good bean bags if you made them beanbag size. Although not for long, because if they get wet, they will no longer feel like they're bean bags. I had to look for my needle and thread a little bit because I had to put them away because of the kitten, and he's biting my toe. Ow.
What are you doing? No, Mommy doesn't want to play. Crazy boy.
I'm gonna Just sew this bag closed. I usually knot my thread, but sometimes I get too lazy to do it, so I'm just gonna make sure that I create a knot. Then just sewing the two ends closed. I folded it in, put it together, and I'm just gonna whip stitch it shut. Where the heck is my needle? These do not need to be perfect. I mean, you could make them extravagant if you wanted to. I just want them to keep the drafts out. Have it all done? I put it by my basement door as I mismeasured and it did not fit the other door.
Baby. Hi. Love you.
So that worked out. It worked out good from front of my basement door where we get another draft. Oh, you're giving me kisses. That's nice, not bites. And I'm going to make another one later on in front of my, in front of the front door. Don't bite. Gentle, gentle, buddy. You want to get down? It's going to have to be much more narrow and longer. So that's what happens when you don't measure. But I'm going to get off here for a little bit. I'm going to get some of this uploaded, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to do some more cleaning. All right, friends, I guess that's it for today. I did do more cleaning, but I was not able to record it. I had so much to do and really just wanted to get it done. But thank you for hanging out with me today. Between the kitchen, cleaning, the DIY draft blocker, and the chaos from my new desk, it's been a day. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had one of those moments where everything's clean and then boom, a mess everywhere. I love hearing your stories and your tips, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the fun around here. See you in the next one, and as always, happy cleaning. Bye-bye.